I woke up in a hospital bed. My wife and her brother hovered over me. You had an accident. Just sign these insurance forms, she said. Something felt wrong. When a nurse walked in and asked one question, everything changed. Everything was blurry. My head throbbed like someone was hammering nails into my skull. My mouth tasted like metal and antiseptic. My wife shoved papers in my face while her brother stood behind her with this weird smirk I'd always hated. They were too close, too eager. Car accident, she said quickly. You don't remember? You need to sign these so we can file the insurance claim. I tried to think through the fog. Last thing I remembered was Thursday night. Dinner at home. My wife made lasagna. What day is it? Sunday afternoon. My wife pushed the papers closer. The insurance company needs these signed today. There's a deadline. I squinted at the documents, but the words wouldn't stay still. Then I saw the letterhead. Northwestern Mutual. Life insurance. Let me see my phone first. Destroyed in the crash. Her brother cut in too fast. Just sign so we can handle this. My brain was moving through mud, but something clicked. Why do I need to sign life insurance forms if I survived? My wife's smile tightened, just barely, but I saw it. It's just paperwork for the accident claim. For a car accident I survived? Yes. Now please sign before the deadline expires at 5 p.m. She thrust a pen into my hand. Black ballpoint, the cheap kind from hospital reception desks. I looked at the papers again. My vision was clearing. $1.8 million. Accidental death benefit. Beneficiary designation. Then the nurse walked in. Middle-aged woman with kind eyes and the exhausted look of someone who'd been on shift too long. She looked at me. Looked at my wife. Her expression changed. Sir, do you know what surgery you just had? Surgery? My voice cracked. My wife went white. He had a car accident. He's confused. The nurse pulled up my chart on the tablet. You had an emergency appendectomy Saturday morning at 6:15 a.m. Routine laparoscopic procedure. You're recovering normally. She looked directly at my wife. Why does your wife have life insurance documents? The room went completely silent. These are just. My wife grabbed the papers. We were preparing them before the accident, and I thought there was no accident, the nurse said flatly. Your husband walked into the ER Friday night with acute appendicitis. You weren't even with him. That's when it all came back. Thursday night. I'd felt sick during dinner. Sharp pain in my lower right abdomen. My wife kept saying I was fine, just indigestion. Her brother was there too. Both of them insisting I was being dramatic. Sleep it off, my wife had said. You're always overreacting. The pain got worse. By 1 a.m. I was doubled over. My wife was asleep, or pretending to be. I drove myself to the ER at 2 a.m. They rushed me into surgery. Said my appendix was about to burst. If you'd waited another hour, the surgeon told me Saturday morning, you could have died from septic shock. My wife had shown up Saturday afternoon, crying, saying she was so worried. I'd been too groggy to question it. Now I was staring at life insurance forms with a deadline today. The deadline is today, my wife whispered, still staring at the papers like they were her last hope. Her brother was already backing toward the door. I pressed the call button beside my bed. I need security now. You're being paranoid. But my wife's voice shook. Am I? I looked directly at her. Because 3 months ago I found your text messages to your brother. Her face went gray. The ones where you discussed how long it takes to die from appendicitis, how septic shock would look like a tragic accident, how the life insurance pays double for accidental death. The nurse's eyes widened. That's insane, her brother said, but he was pressed against the wall now. Northwestern Mutual called me Wednesday, I continued. My voice was steady despite everything. Said you'd been asking about death benefit processing times, what documentation you'd need if I died unexpectedly. My wife's knees buckled. She caught herself on the bed rail. They flagged it as suspicious. Sent me a notification. That's when I forwarded them all your texts. They opened a fraud investigation that same day. You knew? My wife's whisper was barely audible. I changed my beneficiary 3 months ago. The day I found your messages. I smiled. It felt wrong on my hospital bed face. Everything goes to my brother now. The $1.8 million, the house, my 401k, all of it. Security appeared in the doorway. 2 large men in navy uniforms. So you tried to kill me for $1.8 million you were never getting. I looked at both of them. You destroyed your lives for nothing. The nurse had her phone out, recording. I'm calling the police. Her brother ran, literally tried to run. Security blocked the door. He bounced off and stumbled backward. My wife just stood there, frozen. The papers slipped from her hands and scattered across the floor. I loved you, I said quietly. She started crying. Real tears this time. Police arrived 12 minutes later. They arrested both of them right there. Attempted murder through criminal negligence, insurance fraud, conspiracy. My wife screamed the whole way out about the deadline, about how I'd ruined everything, about how I was supposed to die and make this easy. The hallway was full of people watching, phones out, recording. Her complete destruction witnessed by dozens of strangers. That was 6 months ago. My wife got 15 years. Her brother got 12. I made a full recovery. Turns out surviving your wife's murder plot does wonders for your appreciation of life.